Yesterday it was announced that Mulan is going to take an unconventional way to release their film on September 4th. As on September 4th, Mulan will be released on Disney Plus with an extra price tag of $30. It's only going to be on Disney Plus. So basically, to watch it, you have to be subscribed to Disney Plus for like the what, $6, $8, whatever that Disney Plus is priced at, plus an extra $30. So it might cost about like $40-ish or something like that. If you're not subscribed. If you are subscribed, it's just an extra $30. And then it'll be on select theaters, but very few in places that don't have Disney Plus and places where movie theaters are allowed to be open. So, this is crazy. It's crazy because I feel like just a few weeks ago this would be unthinkable. But in these crazy times, the stuff that are unthinkable becomes the reality. But it's going to be a challenge to make money because this could be a potential billion-dollar film if it was in theaters. With the Asian, market appeal on top of it being a huge IP, and a lot of the other, Disney remakes like Aladdin made $1 billion. So a lot of these Disney remakes make a lot of money, and so in that case, it could have potential to have been a $1 billion film. So at argument's sake, if they were even to come close, it would be a win to come close to the $1 billion potential. And I think if they needed to break even at like 200 million, 300 million, that still would be almost 10 million subscribers. And I think at that, I just think it's. I personally, I probably would, because the thing is that on the one hand, my mindset's two things. On the one hand, I'm like, no way you're getting 10 million subscribers, and no way am I really gonna do this. No way, because $30 for Mulan. If my whole family went to go see Mulan in theaters, that might cost like half, maybe half the amount it would cost to get it on Disney Plus, a service we're already subscribed to. So on the one hand, I'm like, who would do that? Who would pay $30 extra for Mulan? If it was Black Widow, I probably would. And don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to Mulan, but $30 extra when in 3 months I could get Mulan for free. Let's be honest. When push comes to shove, I might, get Mulan, rent Mulan. But I feel like there has to be some extra incentive because a lot of families might do it, and I think again, this is my other side of the brain. A lot of families might do it because what better do you have? What better do you have? Better to invest $30 in, And I don't know. But at the same time, yes, it's families. Families are going to the people to rent it, the services to rent it. But 10 million subscriptions to do it, to rent it. I feel like it would take more than just families. I feel like it really would. Because I don't know. It just would, because I think if you're it's someone who's doesn't have kids, would you want to pay $30 extra for Mulan? And I think Bob Chapek also said it, that this is also a good way to get more customers, but it's really not, because I guarantee you, probably 99% of every single person who has the possibility to get Disney Plus and has a family who likes Mulan probably already has Disney Plus. Because it's everybody who is, number one, willing to pay $30 extra for Mulan, and number two, has a family. That's my mindset. Is, okay, there's every person out there who would be willing to pay $30 on top of their monthly subscription for Disney Plus for Mulan probably already has Mulan, or probably already has Disney Plus. That's just the facts. Because are you expecting that there's families out there who love Mulan, who love Disney princesses, and doesn't already have Disney Plus that are available? Number two is, are you expecting, adults like 60-year-olds, retired 60-year-olds to like who don't have kids, who aren't with their kids anymore, to say, oh, let's get Disney Plus and pay $30 extra to watch Mulan? I just don't see it. With Black Widow, while it's still a challenge. For any film, it's still a challenge. But I feel like that's a lot bigger possibility. Because Black Widow is just such a high-profile film. I think Mulan's a high-profile film. But I feel like part of the attractiveness to see Mulan is the fact that you go to see it with kids. That's part of it. Yeah. So yeah. So I think.
Your chair.
So I think that is the biggest no, because I think the challenge is how many people are going to pay $30? $30 on top of Disney Plus. Because there's I think like 60 million Disney Plus subscribers, right? But I think how many of them are willing to pay $30? I just don't know, and I don't think it's a lot. I really don't, because $30 million is probably to break even. 800 maybe to 800, 900 could be the potential on top of $1 billion. And yes, I think worldwide there'll be a lot. I mean, Trolls World Tour did good, but nothing compared to how good a film like Mulan should be able to do in theaters. I just don't see it. I don't see it, because I think in desperate times does call desperate measures, aka this. And while you might get the odd subscriber, but I feel like just to break even, just to be the potential that they can make, they need probably like half. They probably need half of the people subscribed to Disney Plus to pay $30 for Mulan. And it's not Avengers Endgame. It's not Black Widow. It's not Wonder Woman. It's not Tenet. It's Mulan. Mulan screams families. But the thing is, one family is at the same time. The problem is that families might do it because they'll be logical and say, hey, families might do it for the thought process of, for some families it might save money. Because yes, we're paying $30 more than the tickets may cost, but it's not equated for popcorn or candy or going there. So it's less time. We have probably a 48-day window. And let's say it's a family of 5. Everyone has a ticket. Let's say tickets are $5. So let's say $25. And maybe adults are 10, kids are 5. So let's say 3 kids, 2 adults. You got 15, you got 15, you got 20, you got about $35 right there. If you kind of do the math out. So right then and there, for a family of 5, or for argument's sake, family of 4. Again, let's say 2 $5, 2 $10. So it might be like what would be the math? 10 plus 10 plus 20, 30. So again, $30 right there. That doesn't even equate for popcorn and candy. So I think a family might say, look at this as we're not losing money. But what families might still say is, I'm outraged. I get Disney Plus, and then I get a $30 fee. So I think on the one hand, families might be like, we're saving money. Other families might be like, I'm not gonna pay an extra $30 for a streaming service we already have. But then think of all the other people, because like $1 billion does not just come from families. It comes from maybe second viewings. It comes from adults, and it comes from people, because I guarantee people who saw, again, a good comparison is Aladdin, in that Disney remake that made $1 billion. In that case, guarantee you adults saw it. I guarantee you, couples saw it. I guarantee you people saw it again and again. If you're gonna watch Mulan, if kids are gonna want to watch it again, they're gonna watch it again within the 8-hour window, as opposed to paying another $35 for the whole family to see it again. Another thing is, okay, $30 for a whole family might be less money than going out to see it in theaters. But think of someone who you're by yourself. If I just said, if I want to watch Mulan, and I say, hey, parents, can I get Mulan for $30 on Disney Plus? As a single viewer, for one person it's expensive, but for a family it's not cheap at all, but less money at any rate for the most part. So I think the mindset is, for families it might be a good deal. But what makes Mulan's potential get reached is not just, hey, all families go watch it. It really comes down to a diverse group of people. But I can only really imagine people willing to pay $30 extra on top of having Disney Plus subscription is not lunacy, because there's a potential. But listen, there's no history book for this. So for all we know, it can come out and break records, but for all we know, it could tank. We don't know. But my mindset at this day, on August 5th, my mindset just is, families might do it, because that's a good deal. Families might not have a lot of stuff to do, other better stuff to do. But to hit not to even break even, you need 10 million subscriptions. 10 million subscriptions. I don't just to break even. That does not equate for everything else. It does not equate to make its potential, because let's be honest, it's not making its potential. It's not making $8 million, $7 million. It can't. It just can't, because now you're asking for nearly half of your subscribers to do it, and I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it, because if you're just one person, why would you pay $30 for? If you went by let's say you went by yourself, and let's say you went with one other person to the movies. If you were by yourself, you pay $5 for a movie ticket, versus now you're by yourself and have to pay $30, and it's not like a new Star Wars film, or a huge MCU film, or Tenet, or stuff like that. And many people will draw the comparison to, hey, but Hamilton brought in a lot of new subscribers, but to watch Hamilton, you didn't have to pay an extra $30. That's the scenario here. And I feel like people won't understand that. Because what people will ask is, Hamilton was made for theaters. Why didn't you have to pay an extra $30 to watch Hamilton? And Mulan. I just think people will be outraged, but at the same time, families will give in. I think the percentages, I don't quite know, but you'd be surprised how many families would be willing to pay $30 to watch, a film like Mulan. But you'd also be surprised at how many just people won't, because if families do not make up the $1 billion, they may make up a good chunk, the majority of Aladdin's $1 million, majority of Toy Story 4's revenue and Frozen 2's revenue. But you have to equate a bunch of other things. You have to just equate that people go to see those films? And would genuine, casual, movie-going audiences go out to see Mulan? I don't know. I don't know. That's the eighth wonder of the world, and we'll find the answer to that. And September 4th, and then this could be history. This is history, good or bad history. That's left up to fate. We'll see. Good or bad history is again not is undistinguished yet, but it's history because this could be successful, and Disney might run with it. They say it's a one-time thing, but let's be honest. If this method's successful, which I don't think it will, let's be honest, Disney's gonna run with it. But anyways, stay tuned for our videos coming right at you.